The 2021 poster for the Disney Cars mainline has been revealed today, and it is Groundhog Day. And even though the groundhog saw a shadow and promises 6 more weeks of winter, I can assure you spring is coming early because this poster is amazing. And in fact, it is the spring 2021 poster, which means there will be a fall 2021 poster with a whole bunch of other new cars, new characters, new releases, and all that good stuff. Because I can tell you several cars that are not on this poster that will be coming down the road this year, like Jim Reverick, the Next-Gen Carbon Cyber. So don't think that those cars are canceled just because they're not on this poster. This is just for the beginning of 2021. So we're going to break this poster down. Thankfully, Take 5 a Day revealed it to us. Otherwise, I don't know how we would have gotten it because Mattel is very secretive about this stuff and they don't like to post it on their website, which is just kind of weird and stupid. But thank you, Take 5 a Day, for revealing this poster and putting your watermarks all over. That's not very exciting, but we're going to do the best we can to take a look at this here. So I'm just going to go line by line. Now, if you guys didn't see my 2021 reveals breakdown video I did in like November or early December, I'll leave that link in the description and card suggestion pop-up. And I highly suggest you take a look at that because I went over all these cars. Like, we knew everything was coming on this poster. We already knew it. And that's because those were already revealed through like Walmart listings. And a whole bunch of other stuff I talk about in that video as well, like the Next-Gen Spearmint, Carbon Cyber, Clovis Rid, Dewey Cone, tons more new characters, more racing reds. So check that video out. But this will just be, like I said, the first half of the mainline calendar year. So most interestingly, we have Brian Spark, who it's his first release since the launcher, which has become extinct, very rare. So it's nice to see him back. I won't really touch on the ones that are already out, like Murray Clutchburn, he's in case D. Jimmy Cables is in like E or F. Again, we don't really know which is which. If you saw my Docket cast, one of those is out in Canada with the Sputter Stop Tractor and Bob Pulley and Jimmy Cables and Andrea and Lightning McQueen with Piston Cup. So that could be E or F. We don't know yet. But again, very anticipated re-release for him. And it's his first time from Thailand. Now Kabuto is coming back. We didn't really know about him, or at least I forgot about him. I think I actually probably knew about him, but he's coming soon. Suki and Harumi are already out. Suki's in case D, so she's just kind of barely out there right now. Again, Bob Pulley, I just mentioned him. Hot Rod Junior Moon, already out. Now Sputter Stop Racing Tractor, again, is in the same category as Bob Pulley, McQueen with Piston Cup Trophy, and Jimmy Cables. Could be E, could be F, but it's out in Canada right now as we speak. We know Car Street Bob Cutlass is out, same with pit crew member Fillmore, Daryl Cartrip, Track Damage Cruz Ramirez, Pat Traxton. He's coming soon, although he's a pretty boring re-release. Maddy McGear. And then here's a nice one, Hot Rod Louise Nash, who was canceled in 2019. So she is now making a full return, and hopefully she'll make it out this time, along with the previous Hot Rod River Scott. And there you have Hot Rod Smokey. Now things get a little spicy here. In the third line, we have the Bumper Save Racing Tractor, which is a re-release tractor. But then we have the Easy Out Tractor, which was in KC, super exciting. And now our first look at the Viewzine Racing Tractor, which just looks incredible. I think, I didn't think he would look like that, honestly. I thought he'd be a little bit more turquoise, but he's blue and it looks really good. Then you have Lightning McQueen as Easter Buggy, which is another canceled in 2017-ish release that is now being released, case D. And same thing with the Easter Buggy. So those are being found at USA Target stores and down in Australia. We have the Christmas cars. We already touched on them. They've been out for a while. Same thing with Darren Leadfoot. Now here's a nice one. The re-release of the Cars 1 No-Stall racer, Todd Marcus. He looks great. Hasn't been released in a while in this Cars 1 state, so it'll be great to see him back. He's one of the more popular Cars 1 racers. Ruby Easy Oaks is already out in case D. Moving down the line here, we have Dynaco Cruz Ramirez. She's out. And now here is probably within like the top 3 favorite new releases for me, and that is Saludos Amigos Ramone, who is, of course, the paint job that he wears at the end of Cars 3. Looks amazing. I'm so glad they're finally releasing him because they made him as a mini racer, but not as a diecast. So it's great that he's being released, and hopefully within the next couple cases. Tex Dynaco, Will Rush, H.J. Hollis, J.D. McPillar are all out. But here is the gem of the poster, which I actually revealed on my Instagram that M Fast Fong will be getting a release, and that he is indeed the Next-Gen Rev-N-Go racer. Yep. Believe it or not, the wait is over. In the next couple months here, the Next-Gen Rev-N-Go will be in stores, and that's so exciting. A lot of people are questioning his name. I think it's kind of interesting. I don't know, there should be like an apostrophe between the M and the F there for fast. That would make more sense, because now it's just kind of like M Fast Fong instead of M Fast Fong, which I think sounds better. But either way, in this stock image, he looks great. I like kind of the shadow Matrix-like ghost decals that he's got there, and I cannot wait to see him in person. So that's awesome, and it's great that we finally have some concrete evidence for the Next-Gen Rev-N-Go. These 3 here are already out: Sheldon, Aiken, and Manny. Fabulous McQueen, Flo, race starring Luigi and Guido, out. Lightning McQueen with Cone is a new re-release from Thailand that we haven't gotten before. That'll be kind of interesting, so hopefully he'll be out soon. I think that's his first release since 2013, and before that, he was the 2010 Final Lap collection. Mater, Green Ramone's in case D, along with Mildred Bylane over here. Lizzie was in A. Sarge was an A. Floyd Morgan was an A. Now we're getting into some of the more juicy new releases, a little more spicy down here. Robert Jamjones is one of the band members in the Collarpin Band with Sweet Tea. So that's awesome. I'm so glad. Like, we've gotten kind of like pitties like this before that have cool accessories and stuff like that. Like, we got Uncle Topolino's band, Rocky and Eddie, and now we got a whole new set of instrumentalists, and Robert Jamjones will lead that off in case E or F again, whichever one that the Sputter Stop Tractor is not in, then he's in the other one, which we thought was E, but clearly it seems like if they're releasing them in order, then the Sputter Stop Tractor case is E. So again, I hope I'm not confusing you, but we just don't know what E and F are just yet, but he'll be in one of those. And he's the bassist rather, and he's got that little sound box accessory, and he just looks fantastic. Now Andrea, like I said, E or F, but she's out in Canada. Blind Spot was in A. Jimbo and Taco were in C. Nice to see them on the poster, looking fresh. Now we thought this Muddy Rust-eze Racing Center McQueen was actually just Muddy Lightning McQueen, which was only released in the 2010 Final Lap collection, but we were naive. We should have known better. We shouldn't have let our ambitious nature get ahead of ourselves, because that Muddy McQueen is extremely rare and a re-release would have been tremendous. But lo and behold, it's just the same release as last year, which was actually becoming kind of rare. And I predicted that it would become one of the rare releases from 2020, and that went out the window by seeing this guy in the poster. Now we have 3 more Demolition Derby cars: Pile Up, Pushover, and Jambalaya Chimichanga. All are out. And then the final band member on this poster is Pam Wheeldarrow, who is the drummer, and she looks fantastic. Hopefully she'll be out soon. She'll be in the next couple cases, so that's really cool. She's got 3 accessories. I think that's going to be a really good deal. Some of these, like race starring Luigi and Guido, boring. You have McQueen with Piston Cup, boring. But when you get accessories like Pam Wheeldarrow and all those drums, a whole drum kit, you just can't go wrong there. And I like how they assorted these into like series basically on the poster, where there actually aren't any series this year, but they're pretty much arranging them that way. And I just realized I skipped a line like an actual bozo. We're going to go back up here. We have Joe Don Jackson, which is a new release from Thomasville. He looks great. He's been on a shirt before, so we've known about this guy for a couple years now. And it's nice to finally see him in diecast form. Ducky Fauntleroy's in case D. Caleb Worley's in C. Trainer Cruz is going to be out in, again, E or F. I hate saying this, but we just don't know. Same thing with that Lightning McQueen there with the Piston Cup, found in Canada. Aiden and Tom W are out, but Kurt is not, so Kurt will be coming, again, probably toward the end of the spring, though, I would say. Smokey is out, and now we're going to head back down to the last line here of just normal stuff. Max Schnell, out. Courtney Karsper and Mama Bernoulli are in D. Jeff Gorvet's in C. Lewis Hamilton's out. He was from B. You have Francesco Bernoulli, who will be in, again, the next couple cases. Dashboardman is an interesting re-release, his first time since 2015. Corey Turbowitz and Kathy Copter are out. And now getting into the juicy, really like special kind of anniversary type stuff. Now they don't like basically say this is for the 15th anniversary of Cars, but we can assume that they're doing all this special stuff because of that, or at least I'd like to think that. I hope they are realizing it's the anniversary and commemorating it and not just releasing these cars because they want to release special looking cars. We know Jackson's out in D. Mather was out in case B. Sally, though, looks fantastic with those red rims. Her eyes look a little wonky, but remember, these are just stock images. Diecast will not really look like that, but she looks great, and I can't wait to get her. And again, there will be more racing reds. This is not it. There will be a Francesco Bernoulli and a Dynaco Cruz at least. And then over here on the right side, we have what likely is to be a promo offer for Golden Lightning McQueen, Rust-eze McQueen to be exact. And we've seen this guy kind of leak from Thailand. I showed you guys this in that 2021 reveals video. And again, yeah, he just looks great. I'm very excited for some of this special stuff, although you guys know me, I prefer new characters, but come on, Gold McQueen. This is only the second official Gold McQueen we've ever gotten after that Cruz and McQueen way back in 2009. Now moving down the 2-packs here, these are all extremely boring, so I'm just going to gloss through them all, especially because they're all out except for Sally and Cruz and McQueen. And Speedy Comet and Parker Breaks, and I don't think they're out yet either. I may be wrong on that, but these are so boring, it's kind of painful. But the new one here is Double Clutch Daily and Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet. So this is the 1950s flag waver. He looks really cool. And I kind of would have liked somebody new in the 2-pack with him, but that's okay. Like, when do they ever put a new car in the 2-pack? Or 2 new cars in the 2-pack, rather. He's got a nice, interesting name for sure. Now it's time for them to release the 1950s ambulance. They've done tons of racers. They've done, the RSN van and Wheeler Lee. They've done the flag waver now. It's time for that ambulance. And here on the bottom, we got boring deluxe, in my opinion. All of them except one are re-releases. Leroy Traffic with snow tires is a nice one, but again, 2010, and I would have preferred somebody new. But he could have stayed, honestly, if they didn't release Red. Cars 3 Mac again, that's boring. Miss Fritter again. RV and Dr. Damage are kind of nice, but we've gotten them several years within like a 4-year span now, so that's okay. Kingpin No Buniga is another nice one, but a little disappointed that we're not seeing Pinion Tanaka, his sumo wrestling opponent. It's kind of like, you can't, it's like yin and yang. You can't have one without the other, but apparently Mattel doesn't see it that way. And then you have the new release, which is Team 95 and 51 Mather. I talked about all these deluxes in my Docket Cast episode 2, so I recommend that as well to check out, just so you guys can get caught up on all this new stuff. I know I'm talking really fast, but I don't have much time in here in my dorm room to record this. I wanted to break down this poster for you guys, and so I'm just taking advantage of a free 20-minute period I have here. So yeah, guys, that is the poster. I'm a little disappointed with the aesthetic of it because I don't really understand why we're putting Cars 2 pit crew members on here again. The Luigi just looks a little weird because it's a Cars 2 or a Cars 3 Luigi, right? But with a photoshopped headset that on the left side there, you could just tell it's not the best Photoshop you've ever seen in the world. And then on the top, you got Mather and Fillmore. They don't have their 95 logos that they did in Cars 2, even though they're pretty much right from Cars 2. I don't know. I just don't really understand why they didn't put some of the actual like new characters. Like, why don't you put some tractors on the poster? You're releasing 4 tractors. You're releasing some gold and red stuff. Put something like that on there. Put, I don't know, one of the old time racers. I think it would have been cooler. Would have made this poster a little more special, but it is what it is. So thank you guys very much for watching this breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully this helps you understand what's to come. Again, just to reiterate, spring 2021 only. We will be getting far more this year, including Nick Shift, who is the next-gen Spearmint, Jim Reverick, the next-gen Carbon Cyber, Clovis Rid, Dewey Cone, those Racing Reds I mentioned, and Ron Hover. So don't worry, guys. This is just the beginning of what seems to be a fantastic year for collecting cars. So I'll see you next time for another video. By the way, my collection video comes out February 6th, which is a Saturday, this upcoming Saturday. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be big time. All right, guys. Bye now.